The Clay Research Group is a Norwich-based collective of potters, artists, lecturers and researchers dedicated to exploring locally sourced ceramic materials. At Wolterton Hall, the group have the opportunity to explore the geological landscape of the estate. They're concentrating on the area around the lake, which has been partially dredged. This offers a unique opportunity to collect materials which would normally be inaccessible.
Yeah, this is just mud. We could try and dig down. But that's just the top. This is like maybe we could dig here though.
You know, like when you
see what I mean, the coloration of that. There's definitely that looks like the colour of clay on the top, but it's sagger essentially.
Yeah, but like
Take that back. Yeah. Do you think it could be clean? I think it could be.
This will go down to nothing anyway, won't it? This will go down to nothing, like spinach, you know. I've got a mix.
Recipe of marmalade.
That's nice. Nice little flavour.
Rachel, should we take this topsoil?
Do you want this or not?
yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Including the
birds and the yeah, but we've got this, yeah, which I really wanted to see.
Dredged material from the lake has been pumped into two vast storage lagoons. Moisture is being carefully drained away, revealing a variety of materials for the group to discover.
So it's basically like a massive clay trap, so that the sediment is settling and then the water that's on the top is then flowing into here, and this is the final layer. And it's not actually, you know, we were thinking, oh, maybe we thought it was going to be really full, but it only goes up to that line where the grass is.
Wolterton Hall was constructed in 1741, and clay was extracted from the local area to make bricks for the building. The group are working with the very substance of Wolterton and its environs. Collected materials include reed, calcinate oyster shells, septarian clay nodules, dredged silt layers, sand, soil and quartz.
But it's very, it's not, you know, it's a bit clayey, I think, you know. Not too bad, is it?
Is that just from this side?
It's just from here.
Vista.
And you'd have to add grog,
Does it go
wouldn't you?
into
With
the
grog
nodule,
added,
the
wouldn't
nodules were found
That's
here, weren't they?
definitely got yeah, and there's loads of those. Sorry,
there's
Still
some-
there's
more
loads of those.
nodules.
Up
Or,
I'm going to try it.
yeah,
well,
it
yeah.
might.
Make a nice sip.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's probably the best we can hope for.
Bricks going in there, look.
You want bricks in there? There's bricks under here.
And I looked up and I thought, oh my goodness, we have literally found septarian nodules today. This is
It feels the most like clay out of all the things that we found.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
it
And it's
feels
blue.
like it's holding together.
And it's blue.
Yeah, because it's not washed away.
I think it's also a really interesting form of getting clay.
Yeah,
it's
it's
completely
really cool.
insane.
The raw materials are being taken back to Norwich, where the group will be working on various forms of processing and testing.
Because that's a different
That
clay.
was very much like those when it started.
But this one's the one that the clay body is a third pure nodule clay, and then 2/3 of it are white rock stoneware. You'll feel the difference between the two.
I think that's really good. It might be interesting to have that as a variation.
Yeah.
Do a little
Why
one.
do you say that's not going to go to stoneware?
Well,
Just
because
because the nodule clay.
the nodules going melt.
Yeah. And what do you think? What will happen at the higher?
I think it will go to that purple clay.
I've got lots of yellow because I've been firing nuggets separately as well just to see what they come out like. I don't know if that's
Oh, that's fun.
50-50, so that's
amazing.
Yeah, I think maybe. Yeah, I think that one we should push
These
that.
two can easily go.
Yeah,
all the
let's
way up.
do that.
This one I'm not sure.
I mean, it will shrink, but it will flux, so it will kind of dip and recombine.
And those little bits of flint haven't cracked it, have they?
No.
So if you mix that with
On it.
what balls, it's a beautiful colour.
It
You
is.
want it to make a
Really
really
nice.
elusive colour.
And is that? Yeah, it's rock hard, isn't
But
it?
that was like this.
Yeah.
The ratio of the width to the
Right.
depth is really nice. So either they come down to being
Right.
much smaller, but I actually think those is fine.
Yeah.
And I've ordered all of the shelves, I've ordered props, I've ordered fire clay, silica sand, a load of stuff that we need, alumina hydrate, china clay, everything to make back wash wear.
It's beautiful, yeah.
And they've stayed in.
I like that one best. It's got a big blob of yellow there, hasn't it?
So I drew out the kiln brick by brick, course by course, and then counted each individual brick. So now we've got that as a plan, and so that's what Peter's putting on CAD, so that we can look at it as a 3D scale that's growing, so that when we come to build it, it will be really easy. Can you bring them up?
Yeah, I definitely do that.
Nice as
But I'll also put it on the wall so people can have
Where's
a
Wolterton?
It's our, so it's really interesting to see from the research that we've all done before on Hazelwood, where you can see all those clear layers,
Yeah.
to see that where it actually comes down, and then these are they're the rivers where it's cut through the layers, so it's really fascinating.
Maybe get a mix, a nice mix first. Yeah, I think I will. We there's an opening here.
Picking out the white bits, which I'm presuming are quartz, but I'm not absolutely sure. These are for decorations on the tiles.
Well, I'm getting sand out of the mixture of pebbles, which they're going to use to decorate a tile with.
Yeah, like
You've got that answer.
centre. But then, so this stuff now is the nodule mix.
That's the nodule blend. It's the white grog is the 25 of that one.
Yeah.
Should I go and get like 8 bags or something? No, I wasn't sure.
I might just put the whole bag in.
Do you think so?
It's from the edge of the lake where the reeds were.
Different places, and this was the stickier stuff, which had like ripples of blue in it, which I think is actually just organic matter, which is what we can smell.
3,750, is that right?
Yeah.
And 1,250. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double check it. 1250. 1250. Okay.
Yeah.
We've got 75% of the clay nodule clay, which we've gathered from the lake and processed, taken the grit out, which is there, and made into a smooth clay body. We've then added that to 25% of white grog stoneware, and that's now being wedged together.
Who's coming next Saturday? But it's really 7 by 3. But yeah, but just in terms of its like the width base. So this is something that I've put in as an additional tool, which is it's called a mouse hole, and that will introduce oxygen into the fire chamber and in theory help to burn down some of those embers. We've done some sort of ceremonial thing before we started. Yeah. Can you all write our names underneath? Yeah.
Oh, you got it. Did you get your Picasso hat, Matt?
You want to hold them that end?
This is a
Come in.
sand. Yeah.
the centre bit is there.
So it's in line with this one as well?
Yeah, it just felt like it was a good...
Yeah, it does. Give it a smell. Oh, see that little bit in there?
Let's just do a bit there.
Do it again.
Yeah, but I think that's what I can do as well.
You're not coming, are you? I'm not going to be as well. I'll jump in. Do you start from this end?
Yeah, so they all go that way.
Hold it on there with that one.
And then it does this on that corner.
Right, this is the pull-out bit.
Also these ones you can.
We were going that way.
That way in the middle. Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Just put the hole there.
Instead, yeah.
So whole brick
You
hole
mean there?
still.
Yeah, so then you've got almost virtually exactly.
Well, the demo day's until 4, and I think that probably will be done by then.
So that's nice and tight.
Yeah, I think because it goes out and then it comes back on course again.
It's just that little variation on the outside, but that's fine.
There is literally a little hammer if you want to.
As long as it's tight on the inside. You just want to control where the air's going, that's all. I mean,
So that's for air, but this is going to be for stoking.
well, no, you also riddle through there. So when you
Yeah, we're riddling
like a
underneath
long-
of
yeah.
the, yeah.
You know,
Can I stay with all
we're
of
in the
these?
garden today, and people can
Building the
Yeah,
bit
no.
where we're going to feed the
It's a good shout.
wood,
But even
and then
just
these are
on
air
top
bricks, so
bit
you can
and
get the
then
flow of
see-
air through.
It's just, you have to kind of...
Oh, it's here.
Just starting to splay out like that.
Do the whole thing a little bit rather than
Do a
one,
little
two.
dance up and down, yeah. Along its length, it's okay. Yeah.
Just that end though.
Right, okay. So if we lay it on here. But yeah, we're okay. I just had a wobble with it. Those kiln shelves are supposed to overlap. I'm thinking we get the measurements wrong, but if you want, I'm talking about there must be other kiln shelves somewhere there. You know what I mean?
I think it's better if it's.
Go your way a bit.
We could even put some tiles in there,
Yeah.
and see how they vary from, you know, the
Well,
the,
you could
the
just
flame
stack. You
coming
could
up.
do low fire. You could do low
Low
fire
fire.
tiles down there, and then high
Yeah.
fire tiles there.
That'd be really cool.
Oh, that is pretty sharp. Do they just fit on top of there? They.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they get. It'll be held by the one above.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think it's much more useful to have.
that
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh right. Oh, colloid. Yes, I know.
Is that correct? Do we need a quarter for this?
I said to
Shall I recut these?
you know,
Do you think they're really hard to cut? Have you?
Oh, there's some metal cups up there as well.
They can wash it out.
Is that clean enough for you? Do you want me to put...
So this is the whole chamber here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of putting saggers along there, creating a really serious bag wall here, and then maybe like different shelves, and maybe we might try to block that. I think that's a really good idea.
Do you want to go in there, Peter?
Yeah, I'm good.
Come on, Peter. All your work.
Smile. Do you want to all point at the kiln with a kind of satisfied thing? Yay!
I'll just do it without people. Let's do the other side when you're ready. Yeah.
There are ways to convert the fusion, how you use the fusion tools to mirror SolidWorks. So, yeah, there's ways of doing that. So,
Well, no, I just asked around and they found them. They came up here and had a look.
yeah.
I'll have your wooden pockets.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Look, this is the gold bar. Bisque fired.
That's the bisque. That's
Oh, the dragon.
10,000. Yeah.
That's it.
That hasn't been fired.
Yeah.
Oh, then you've got inclusions. See what happens with those as well. Oh, look at these.
So these,
And they're all different
these
temperatures.
are bisque and these are
And
stoneware.
their whole change.
And they shrink like
We're going to... the whole process, and then
Yeah, yeah, it's lovely.
So she and her, Walter Hall, who owns the nursery, it's his passion, archaeology, Roman.
Well, that's always the case when you fire a kiln up, isn't it? You never really know what's going to come. You never know for sure.
Sort of, does he get a door or something?
Unpack all of the tiles. I don't know whether this table is strong enough to hold them.
When are we
Yeah, we could put something.
What can we put there?
I've got a lot of these little blocks that are earthenware, but I thought I don't think they'll melt, but they might go black. Well, that's the clay that we found, which is drying out. We'll see if they melt or just. This is the lake walk around the lake. Yeah, they might exactly. I thought make them delicate to see if they collapse.
I think we've got loads of stuff, Rachel.
Yeah, but you would be surprised.
I packed some more in a hurry yesterday because you said.
I just put some in a bucket.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah, it's very good. That's just what we needed.
I bought these ones just because I thought, I don't know.
Because that's what I've crushed up and put into that glaze. But I think it would be really nice to have those calcined into a glaze alongside the redash. Because then we'd have both
so
things
so it
would go there.
Thing there.
Right, so I've got his name and his contact.
He hasn't seen them fired yet.
No, I know.
Okay, look, this is all that we have. So this has got to go to do one more shelf. I'll let you do that.
Okay. Are you, is it all right to do it even though it's quite wet still?
Yeah, just do it.
Okay.
So you really want to flood the brush.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just like one stroke. So wooding, the wooding is all by volume. Making wooding with fire clay and silica sand. It's just 1-to-1. Leaves nice toasty marks onto the pots. You use fire clay and silica sand. But what I do is I make sure that there's more sand than clay, because then it's easier to break up at the end. So I just do it by eye.
Yeah, then it sticks more. So.
Well, maybe this is good.
This is what we're going to be putting on the all of the
Wadding. This is wadding, which is to stop the things in the kiln from sticking together when the firing happens, and it comes off easily from the objects.
Is have somebody making balls, and then a couple of people making wadding, and then there's so then you can see what I mean, that you need somebody there making balls, because by the time you've made that
they're dried out.
They're dried.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you've done those 4, are you going to put it down on another one?
Yeah.
These are a bit big, aren't they?
It's got to have wadding on it.
Yeah. I think I'm going to wash my hands because I've got.
You want to emulate those ones.
Oh, right.
So I've just been making them as needed.
Or you can pinch a bit out.
Oh, yeah.
That's better, isn't it?
Back to normal now.
This is creating a slip out of
The blue lake
blue lake clay, but we've got 3 more jars to do with different materials, and we're putting them on some test clay rings to put in the kiln.
This is a Wolterton glaze, which we've made out of the crushed shells, ash, which would be, ideally, would be the reed ash that we've created from the site, and soda feldspar. And I've got another one, which is the Blue Lake clay. So that's the Blue Lake clay and nepheline cyanide to make a kind of an engobe, so like a slip, almost in between a slip and a glaze. So we're just going to try all these different things straight onto the bisque and then put it into the kiln and see what happens.
Because we have no idea what this is going to do because we've never applied that to reduction before.
The whole of this work here, so it's going to hopefully make some
incredible.
Yeah.
We haven't got a lot of glaze on stuff, so there's not going to be. It's not going to be like affecting glaze because next firing we'll play around with glaze. This is just to see what happens on the raw waste materials.
Sorry. Yeah, but
and also we're not using any hardwood. It's all really nice and dry and it's soft. So the chances of us building up is not.
So it's unlikely, but just knowing it's there and not pushing Sago as well. So we could.
Can somebody just hold me as I go in? Because these bricks are quite wobbly.
God. Okay, Ness, you can let go, darling.
Fine. Okay.
I know, but I've always been.
Right, anything that's left is going in here. That's it.
Your lovely little. I mean, you can see them if you bend.
It will all go in.
Will it?
Yeah. That's absolutely fine. Okay.
I know, but I've always been. Is that good? Yes, good.
So if you just lower it, and then I'll have to take a picture on the inside. Look, you go down.
At 7 a.m, Rachel and Natalie arrived on site. They uncovered the kiln and filled it with branches from Rachel's Christmas tree, lighting up at 7:30. The kiln was clearly damp and the fire took a while to establish, so a gentle burn was held below 150 degrees centigrade for the first hour to dry out the kiln. Meanwhile, the final course of bricks had been added to complete the roof.
Is it?
It's gone through. That's going to go down a little bit. We don't want it to go down too much. I might get a couple of big ones as well.
Yeah, and some small ones maybe.
The firing rotor operated in teams of 2, and meticulous notes were kept on target times and temperatures, carefully logged to monitor the progress.
So, I think it's like don't react too much to little things. Just get the general trend.
Okay.
It's climbing now, and it's doing micro cooling. Because we just put lots of wood on it.
Just because it means that you can literally just continue.
We're doing all right.
Yeah.
Lob another one on there.
We were aiming for 500 at 11, and I've just checked the pyrometer. It's bang on 500. Let me just check the time. It's 11. Yay! We've hit the target.
That was good.
You got it? Did it go over the finger? It's over there.
A late breakfast of scrambled eggs, fresh bread and coffee helped to keep the team going.
Just say the eggs are ready.
What you need is a nice big slab of butter.
And soon the first visitors arrived, wanting to know more about this mysterious firing
Which
process.
basically means we trap the oxygen flowing through so that the fire needs to take the oxygen from the pot itself, which changes the chemistry of the clay and the materials.
Fascinating.
So it'd be good to see them side to side to see the difference. But we've got quite a load of these tiles, and it's inspired by some embroidery that we found in the house.
In the room you stayed in.
On one of the chairs.
Wow.
The table displays were a useful way of illustrating the process, and more visitors arrived throughout the afternoon. The team worked very hard to field many questions, as well as carefully tending the fire all the time.
You know, it's been very wet, so it could also be that the kiln was just cold, you know, and damp. So it could have been that that was something that was holding it back, and we've done a bit of a crazy pack. So now that it's heating up, it might just fly up, and it might just heat up really quickly.
Yeah, so basically when you see a space within the kiln, you then try and throw the wood with intention to aim in that area, because you don't want one area going down too much. But then you also don't want one area built up too much.
The pyrometer was found to be inaccurate. Rachel's firing partner Rose realised the problem, likely due to the dense pack at the beginning of the chamber and the pyro placement at the entrance.
I think it's probably so the tiles are kind of here, right?
Yeah. So it's not pulling the heat through.
Yeah, so it's
a block.
They're absorbing all the heat.
Yeah.
You know, that's what will happen. And then it's just not getting beyond that.
Yeah.
This difference posed a serious risk of overfiring the tiles. This was the perfect opportunity to change plan and to tune into traditional methods, firing to colour and cones, whilst keeping an eye and record of temperature.
Okay, so I'm just going to adjust that then.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
So then we're going at 150 an hour instead.
There is flame coming through there. So we want to try to get to 1220, but because of that very dense pack at the front, I think that now what we're going to aim for is maybe the cone below that. But we'll just go on the cones and we'll go on the colour. We can see the colour by looking in through the spy hole towards that tight pack, and then we can use the colour as an indication of what temperature we're getting to as well. We've got some warm flames coming through. Chambers becoming a little bit red, so that means that things are happening. It's warming up.
By 3 p.m, the target temperatures had changed to colour targets, and close attention was paid to the cones, checking every 30 minutes and noting that one side of the kiln was hotter. The goal was set of firing to cone 4 down on the cooler side in the hope that this would provide a happy medium to the tiles and the rest of the kiln.
They're actually starting to glow. The pots are actually starting to glow, looking in this way.
Yeah.
We'll have to go through orange and then yellow and then white. Yeah.
At 6:30, the pyro reading was 1095 degrees. The temperature gap was narrowing, and the kiln was put into active reduction by closing off part of the chimney. The result was immediately dramatic.
But it just feels the whole air shifts, and it's a heavy air.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a heavy air. It's sucking out the oxygen.
Is we're going to stay in reduction for at least half an hour, heavy reduction, and then maybe we open it up a little bit to continue up.
It was noted that cone 4 was down on the cooler side. The temperature goal had been reached, and soon the flames were pulled through the kiln and roared from the chimney. Throughout the evening, the fire was stoked and temperature maintained until the end of firing at 9:30. The pyro was removed, the fire stoked and the door bricked up. The chimney was closed off with another 3 bricks.
One more brick, please.
Uh-oh, the last brick.
And now the group must wait until next weekend to see the results.
Right. Okay.
It's not too bad actually. You got it?
Yeah, bring it this way.
It's looking exciting.
That looks really exciting.
It's
Oh my
looking
God.
interesting.
Look at your really fine piece.
They've done something, haven't they? They've kind of gone a little bit
Yep.
shiny.
I think so for now. I think we can just, maybe we just have a look at it. I think it's often with this stuff that you can rush it, you know, and it's quite nice to just look at it as it is. You know, this was the final viewpoint of when we packed it, and now it's very different. We're going to take the things out and put them onto the tarp and try to recreate, place them in the order, but because of the way that it's been packed, because then it means that then once the things are moved onto the tarp, you know, you kind of have a better idea of, you know, oh, that was sat next to this, or this was sat on top of that.
Is there a methodology where we can keep it like, so we remember how it's come out? Like, would we lay it out in a certain way? Or
You can do it. It's very difficult. You have to kind of come up with a very solid system to happen, where it's better to visualise where it was and then to put it down in that same position. Shall we just do it in bits and then have a really good look at it?
Yeah, so then this one was on top.
Yeah.
Like, so that one was on top, so this one's going underneath. So are we going to splay it out, or are we just going to go above?
Vertically is that direction, and then horizontally that was on the top, right?
Yeah, so this one's lower.
Yeah, so that
So I was
the
going to
top
put,
goes here, and then that goes behind.
yeah.
Like, I'm fine for the moment. I don't want to see the dog.
Well, it's actually a toaster. Is that going to break off?
Do you want to carry that over?
Very fast one. Yeah. Things.
I'm very surprised. I thought it would come out more even. It's got a lovely variation of colour on it.
But I like that that's got the imprint of the reeds on it and a little gap.
Definitely do some more like that.
That would be quite nice to make more like that. So hot there.
I wondered
It
if
was
they would
actually
do
like a
something
real
different
thing,
with
like
these wild clay bits.
This one was a refire, and it's come out a lot nicer in this kiln than it did in the other one.
Good colour there as well.
Good wadding marks. Look at those.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's why I put them next to each other as well, so that you got that bouncing off. I think there's also something that's really interesting about wood firing, where it's almost like you can't compare them. You can't say, well, this is better than that, because actually they're all just doing something different.
Yeah.
And I think we do need to study each individual one and not disregard any of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I prefer the effects on the tiles than I like what's happened to Nessie's, but I find them like there's less variation.
You know, we should just be focusing on glazing everything, having everything glazed, having things in saggers that are glazed, making saggers, filling saggers with salt.
And having saggers with
Salt,
holes
pots
in.
of salt, holes, definitely.
Would we make different glazes?
Yeah, slips and stuff with the materials as well.
It was more than 6 months ago, in early spring, that the Clay Research Group first visited the hall. They explored the interiors and grand rooms, photographing areas of interest, and always the lake featured in the distance. A small detail from a tapestry chair back was to become the strong motif for a set of tiles produced from the materials found around the lake. The group returned in the autumn to present their end-of-project show.
This is the blue lake clay that melts when it goes high, and then obviously you've got your nodules, and then that's from our first firing, so theoretically high fired, but that was just a quite low stoneware, 1200. This is kind of an area that references maybe the first firing, so a lower, more soft firing, and this was from the bag wall that was at the front, so that was like...
It's been an absolutely amazing year for Wolterton this year, in terms of lots of different things, but the art has been at the centre of it. Obviously, in terms of having Maggie's pieces here has been incredible. We never could have dreamt of it in our first year. It's been so exciting. Rose pieces in combination, and obviously Nessie's as well in here. Yeah. An absolute central part of it has been what the Clay Research Group has done as well. Absolute core part of what we've done with the art programme. People have been so interested. The story behind the dredging of the lake, the use of the clay, and then what you've made and what you're seeing today has been absolutely essential part to what we've done. And I think you should all be so proud of what you've done. So a round of applause, the first one, I think.
And it has been a real honour to work both with the team here at Wolterton and all the artists that have been involved with the entire project, opening up the history of the building, but also trying to bring a new community back to Wolterton. So the overarching idea for Seascape, the exhibition which Maggie is in upstairs, which many of you have seen. If you haven't seen it, please go and have a look, up in the Marble Hall and in the portrait room. Those themes have been continued into this project here with the Clay Research Group, because the lake was being dredged, and it's a 10-acre lake, and it's key to the landscape and the sight lines from this building. So the opportunity was to use the material from the lake as it's being dredged. So the idea was to bring it all together and to start something which is really sustainable, and that the estate really starts to become part of the fabric of today in this area. So Rachel brought together all these incredible artists, but the outputs I think are remarkable because they're all quite distinct, but there's a sort of, because they're so collaborative and they work together, I feel like there's a bit of a common language between some of it. But then this one, so collaborative, it actually sort of sucked in the work of some of the other artists, so it's now got these sort of cups all around the bottom. So I was like, no, that's something marriage made in the kiln, and it now can never be separated. And Nessie says she's fine with it, and I hope the other artist involved is also fine with it. Everyone can give all the artists, part of the Clay Research Group, a round of applause.